Mac, hey, what Mac do you think that is? Oh shit, it's flipped around the wrong way. Hey motherfucker, turn around. What? What? Oh, wedgie! Oh no! It's totally up my ass! Yeah, nerd. I totally wedgied my own camera, sorry. It was too easy, I had to prank you. You were begging for it. You were just begging for it, you nerd. Yeah, I'm gonna try to speed run this one. Fuck it up royally. Yeah, that one's waiting for the hard drive. So basically, the quicker I can tear this one to pieces, the sooner that one will be thanking me. So I'm gonna pretend that this one is evil and this one is good. So that way I can work faster. Even though they're both basically good, because they have screws and bolts that hold the fucking monitor into place, as opposed to stupid fucking tape that is fucking... Hey, where'd I put my screwdriver? This is gonna affect my time. I shouldn't have fucking... Hey, do-over! Do-over! It's not fair. What, that's cheating? A do-over is cheating? Yeah, that's... Say that to the born loser, why don't you? Where did my screwdrivers go? What the fuck did I do? How did I... Yeah, I had to get there and move it here. Whatever, dude. You know what? I've already lost. Because, like, the time that it takes to find the screwdrivers... Oh, you think that I can... You think I can be the comeback kid, do ya? You know how I could be the comeback kid? If I could find my screwdrivers right now. I swear to God, that's not very ninja of me, is it? You know what? These might work, I suppose. I was going to say, if I found my screwdrivers and jabbed out my competition's eyeballs, that would be a surefire way to win. You know, because, like, that's basically like Death Race 2000 kind of shit, you know? You're competing for your life in Death Race 2000. And that's pretty much the way I play. Because, like, when I try to play fair, it's totally not. And I get totally post-traumatically triggered, man. Because I've been cheated over too many times. I'm literally a cutthroat competitor, and I will cheat to win like Eddie Guerrero or anybody else. Because the thing about everybody else is they're well practiced at cheating, so you don't notice them cheating. It's almost like a sleight of hand magic trick. You know, whether it's an election. Oh, don't say that, JJ. That's a heinous accusation. That's slanderous. That's libelous. Dude, it's the fucking truth, and you know it. Give me a break. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about all of them. Actually, you know, cheating to win, they all do it. It's like they play the legitimate game. Like, when you go and vote, it counts. And when they fucking cheat to win, and however they do it, I don't know the tricks of the trade. I know sometimes they used to use the votes of the dead. Some people way back in the day. I don't think it's that easy now. Then again, we have computers. And I used to hack my high school grades and pass myself in all my classes. And that's basically why I dropped out. Because it felt, at first it felt really cool. Like I'm gaming the system. And then I started making money helping other students game the system. I probably helped like a dozen students. They'd pay me $10, and I was like, this is awesome. I'm totally overthrowing the system, and we're all just a bunch of throwaway kids. You know, like ex-gang members, pregnant teenage mothers, or perhaps actual teenage mothers that already gave birth, that have their tits leaking all over their chest in the middle of class. Oh, how embarrassing! Yeah. Nobody cared. We were all just trash. Nobody was really too cliquey at that school. It was kind of just like, focus on your work and hope you graduate. It wasn't like a high school movie. It wasn't exactly a blessed experience. Except for me! I hacked it like straight out of War Games! And I even had a cute little Allie Sheedy. Except her name wasn't Allie, it was Casey. But anyways. So what? It sounds like a dream come true, right? Not really. Not at all. It's difficult to look yourself in the mirror when you know that you're just a, I don't know, a liar. At first I thought it was cool because I could study the subjects I wanted to. Oh, this is probably affecting my speed run. You know, I couldn't even find the right screwdriver set. I'm not very concerned. I figured that if I win this speed run, it's because I'm the tortoise that remained steady, as opposed to the hare that broke its leg and fell off the cliff. That's the only way I'll win, because I couldn't find my screwdrivers. And I lost a whole lot of time to start with. So what's the point in rushing? My shoulder hurts. There's no point in rushing now. At any rate, yeah, man. It was really fun because I could study the binary and the AC/DC. They had a whole bunch of on-the-job training because even though these were high school kids, some of them were already adults and they were concerned about employment before they even had an education. Because aren't we all concerned about money? Just because you're a kid doesn't mean anybody's going to give you a break. You still need money to survive, whether you're a kid or not. Oh, what? You want to get some foster parents? That sounds real fun. That's like a roll of the dice, ain't it? Let's see. Are you going to end up with actual parents that love you and care for you like you deserve? Are you going to get parents that try to exploit you? Maybe make some kiddie porn? Ew, gross! I don't know, man. It's a thing. You ever look at the internet block lists? You know, the IP addresses that are known for distributing, like, kiddie porn? Like, they make new kiddie porn. There's a market for it. And foster parents are definitely the kind of people that might contribute to that black market. Just saying. So, yeah, kid, you might want to just get emancipated and work for yourself at what, 15, 16, 17? How young do you want to get away from your exploiters, huh? It's fucked, dude. Who's going to look out for you? Nobody. Nobody. It's like being a consumer. When you buy a piece of freaking... This is okay, because it's got bolts. It holds it in place. But, like, seriously, how does anybody tolerate a computer that has... You know, Apple used to make their computers out of wood. You know, like, Stephen Wozniak would not approve of the design of the aluminum iMac. I read iWoz, and I know what that man represents. And I think that if he was currently involved with, like, I heard that he gets, like, a salary, you know, and it's an honorary salary. My back is killing me. I quit. I lose. And I'll finish it. Oh, no. I can't quit. I don't have anywhere to sit. This room sucks. Oh, God. I'll just take a breather. I can't get overwhelmed. Okay. Hey, you ever see that third rock from the sun where Woz was on and he was like, there was like this robot that had like a display like this and it had wheels on the bottom, kind of like those robots I made when I was like when I was this tall, out of Constructs, like Stiff and Baby Stiff. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen. It was basically like my Constructs robots, but it had like a display on top, and sometimes it was Sheldon's face, sometimes it was Waz's face. That was a good episode. They ripped me off, man. I invented that. That robot with the wheels. No, it wasn't. That movie was not out yet, I don't think. With the robot, with the eye. It looks kind of like E.T., but it's a robot. It's not E.T. It's got like tank tracks. What the fuck was that movie called? I forget. I saw it once. I didn't have it. You know, me and my parents, we used to enjoy pirating movies from the video store, the rental store. And, you know, we would do that because, I mean, tapes, actual VHS tapes from the store were pricey. They were made for a luxury market. And it just so happens that we were not luxury people. So I guess we broke the law. Why don't you give us a $500,000 fine, FBI? Oh snap, Statue of Limitations. That's right. Wait, what did I just say? How drunk am I? The Statute of Limitations? Ah, suck it. You motherfuckers. You don't even know your rights. I am proud of my crimes. They made me who I am. Pirating movies from the rental video store made me the man that I am today. Granted, also getting in the accident with my band and like getting all the injuries and the addiction to the opioids and like the rock and roll music that got me smoking and drinking. Or was it the girl from high school that was like my Ally Sheedy that got me smoking and drinking? You know what? Whatever the case may be. You know, I guess if I nitpick, I can tell you the perfect accounts of the story. I think I really started drinking when I turned 23, at the year that I lost my job when I got laid off, right before we went on the tour and had our accident. I think I started becoming a heavy drinker after I got laid off, actually. That's not very rock and roll, is it? Fuck. I should have thought that out in advance. It's not a good story. Unless I'm trying to make the point that life sucks and the system is slanted against us and it's all rigged. It's not very motivating. Yeah. Granted, I don't know what it's like to be a young person these days. Perhaps interning and giving your time away for free is the perfect way to get a six-figure salary, right? Granted, I would be willing to bet money that there are plenty of interns that will tell you that they gave away a year or two or maybe even 3 years of their life and didn't even get a position, right? A paying one? Yeah? You think such a thing exists? I don't know, man. That's called exploitation in my book. But maybe that doesn't happen. I don't know. If you sign a contract, it's not exploitation. Because if you agree to it, you agree to it. Right? I mean, I know I can see the wrong things with my own two eyes, but my eyes aren't legal documents. I don't have cyber eyes, and I cannot scan a person nor a building or anything. I cannot scan anything. All I have is my brain and my ocular receptors, you know, my 20/20 vision that I got with the laser surgery that I bought it because it was a good investment. And if I had to testify in court, I would. Because my eyes are still good. Unless I'm really tired, and then things kind of start to get blurry. But if they needed me in court, I would be there. But I never see anything because I just sit around here because I'm a total cripple. It's funny, man. I'm totally handicapped. My neck is killing me. You want to watch me do some pain pills? I need one. It's about time. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, right? I'm losing my mind too. Yeah, I wish it was a shtick. It's called My Life. I never wanted to be sick of my life. Hey, let's play that one again. That'll cheer me up. Maybe I can finish putting the fucking computer together when I get in a good mood after this cigarette, a song, a pain pill, and a sip off my whiskey bottle. 'Cause my neck, my shoulder, my mind are all killing me. Here, I'll play it again for you, kid. Isn't that good shit? Man, I'll tell you what's not good shit. I think I've let myself slip into decay. It's funny, you know, we all play Cyberpunk 2077, right? That was me smashing the pill with a whole lot of anger in my fucking... And no, it didn't hurt my shoulder, miraculously. It was a very reckless thing to do in my condition. But I'm very angry. But anyways, yeah, I can feel my sinewy fucking myofascial tissue. I think I've actually let my fucking spinal nerve injuries like get so irritated it's turned into a fucking irritation of my tendons and my muscles. I think I need a musculoskeletal relaxant because I've overdone it today. With the record player, with the IMAX, you know, it's exactly what I was trying to avoid. That's like, I was gonna clean this room because it's a disaster zone. And I say, no, I can't clean it because I'm gonna hurt myself. Instead, I'll pursue my nerdly pursuits because, hey, how hurt can I get with a computer? Well, I don't know, man. How hurt can I get by anything? I guess I'm pretty fragile. I guess I am. It's horrible. I lived for 15 years on fentanyl patches thinking I was motherfucking kick-ass with the green spandex suit and like Hit Girl with like the fucking... You know, you've seen Kick-Ass. You probably played like what? There's a Kick-Ass video game, ain't there? What was the one with the kid? It was like, it was a comic book and a video game. Yeah, I hate video games. I don't want to talk about video games. God damn it. Fuck that movie. Fuck Kick-Ass too. I am Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is fantasy. I am Kick-Ass. Just give me a fucking 100 microgram fentanyl patch. I'll get run over by a car and hop right back up, you little bitch. I'm the real deal. If I got a fentanyl patch. Oh, God, this is frustrating. I feel like Popeye the Sailor Man when he gets a can of spinach. Would I get a fucking fentanyl patch? And a can of spinach is about what I need to clean this fucking studio. How did I let it get like this? That's a rhetorical question, I know. It's been raining, and I had to like move things away because we get like a leak. I need to use some Thompson's water seal down there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the air conditioner, and you know what? I'll turn it on to cool because it's musty. I think I'm so angry, my sweat is like boiling off of my skin because I'm just fucking sick to death of my life. And I never wanted to be sick of my life. And when I try to do the right thing, like clean my room, I just suffer. It's kind of like when I try to make good videos about, like, make good content, good quality content, enlightening maybe. I don't know, it's not a fucking how-to video. Granted, I think those are kind of patronizing. The way I see it, if somebody makes the best how-to video, they should be the winner and they should just erase all the other ones. Because if they're all basically telling you the same thing, and there's one particular channel that tells you the fastest and like the most effectively with the least amount of effort, well, just delete all the other ones. Because it's just a how-to video. It's not as original as actual real life commentary. Like, a how-to video is nice, but what is that worth compared to somebody telling you that the whole world is rigged against you and filled with liars, cheaters, manipulators, and people that will stab you in the back as much as look at you? Do your parents tell you that? That's worth money because it's true. And you fucking know it is. Have you ever cheated? How about on your lover? Like the person you're dating? You're like almost in a committed relationship? Or maybe you are. Yeah, how many people cheat on their spouses? Alright, why don't you use that as some kind of a statistical indicator that lots of people cheat. And therefore your boss cheats, our representatives cheat, fucking everybody cheats. And they're holding your head underwater, kid. And the more that you stuff your face into the TV set with the controller in your hand, the more they laugh behind your back and point at you and go, they're doing exactly what we want them to. Ha ha, don't participate in reality. And then you go on a social network and you think you're participating in reality. And I guess that's cool because you kind of are. But the last thing they want is an actual protest downtown. Or, oh my god, what about a rowdy band that's like making so much noise that the whole neighborhood can hear and the cops get called and it becomes an incident? And then you get a red sticker on your door. And then you have evidence that you're living in a fascist nation where you can't even throw a party without the pigs shutting you down. Yeah, why don't you try to start a band, kid, and see how much oppression you face. If we're living in a new era, I think everybody should be tolerated. You know, if rainbows are truly rainbows, then high school dropouts should be having the same opportunity to get the same jobs as everybody else. Shouldn't they? Aren't high school dropouts a part of the rainbow too? It's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Indigo is kind of like blue. It's kind of like a dark blue. Yeah, I don't think the world's as rainbow as you fucking think it is, people. You know, it took a lot of people to fight for the rights of the women. I'm a self-declared feminist. I don't know how to say that I'm like a gayist because I've actually marched in a parade before. Yeah. You know, I'm not gay. I've never sucked a cock and I've never taken it up the ass from a guy. I don't want to talk about the... No. Let's not go there. I've never done nothing that gay, okay? Look, that's not the point, okay? The point is, it takes people to fight for people. And, like, nobody's fighting for me. And I've fucking done so much for so many. And I get ripped off, and it gets rubbed in my face every day. And I suck it up because I know I'm awesome. And I know I'm original. And I know I've got it going on. But it's getting to be remarkably difficult. It's like the ultra difficulty setting. It needs to be like changed. Because this is not ultra difficult. This is like ultra mega hella difficult. If you know what I'm saying. It really is. Yeah. Oh no, my broken camera. I'm gonna have to get a new one of these, I think. Or, that's not gonna happen. I'll probably use hot glue. Hot glue can accomplish a lot. You know? It's a good use of resources. It's good to try to fix things. It's a very green thing. Because every time you buy a new thing, you're basically trashing my planet, rich kid. You're basically trashing my planet every time you break something and you don't try to fix it. You should try to fix your shit, rich kid. Because the world is rigged, and the more you rely upon your privilege, the more difficult the time you're gonna have when it all comes down. When the anarchy hits. People are always afraid of a third world war. Dude, how about when starving children soon kick in your door? It's inevitable. Because the population keeps going up exponentially. Okay, it's not exponential quite yet. It's getting there. If you watch the numbers, you'll see. It's destiny. I'm basically your best friend telling you this, because if you're playing a video game right now, instead of thinking and contemplating what you're gonna do when the population gets exponential, like it goes from like the single digits to the double digits, the low doubles, the mid doubles, it's gonna happen, dude. You know how they've managed to keep it from happening? By allowing the starving children in Africa to just starve to death and die, with their bloated bellies and their bulging eyeballs and flies all over their eyes. That's I put the flies on my Mario skateboard. It's a protest thing. I took my Mondo Gecko Ninja Turtle stickers that I've had since God knows when. I used to love that action figure, dude. Mondo Gecko, I would take that fucking skater and make him shred my bathroom sink like a freaking pool. Like it was like Dogtown and the Z-Boys, except we had geckos instead of people, and it was a bathroom sink instead of a swimming pool. Dude, he'd be like doing like those Bill Danforth style carves and shit. Mondo Gecko, my Mondo Gecko, in his purple and yellow freaking surfer shorts. You know, they look like capri pants, right? They're like kind of long. My old man used to call them jams. He said those are jams shorts, because he used to wear Vans tennis shoes and hang out on Venice Beach, and he used to hang out with Doug Moody and the Mystic Records people, and he knows a thing or two. And he said that those pants, people would make fun of me and say, "Oh, you're wearing capri pants. You're like a girl." And he said, "No, mijo, those are called jams. That's what surfer dudes wear. Skater dudes. That's what beach people wear. You're wearing jam shorts." And I go, "Thank you, Father. I was feeling awkward when people told me I was wearing girl pants. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Shit, man, I got some girl pants. I'll go put them on right now. They're pretty hot. Granted, I'd like to lose about 5 pounds before I put them back on again. I think I've gained a few pounds. I'm just being honest with you kids. If you want to see me in my girl pants, let me lose 5 pounds. Let me get my shoulder good, and I'll work out. I'll lose 5 pounds. And then you can see me. No, I'm gonna try. I should stop. You're right. If I drink this whole thing, I probably will black out and trash the whole room. Because I'm that angry. Yes, I will stop. I will stop. I know. Hey, look at it this way. At least the clip isn't in my gun. I'm not gonna have an accident with this if I black out. Yeah, they're just like all over the place. Let me make sure there's not one in the chamber. Alright, that's good. Booyah! See? Boing, 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 boing. I'll bet you think this is an intimidation tactic. Like, you think that empowers me? That doesn't empower me. It's more like a cry for help, but it's not the kind of cry for help that you can help me with, is it? I need like, who could ever, like, when you beg for money, that's one thing. When you beg for stem cells, when you beg for drugs, opioids, when you beg for your sanity and dignity and some kind of like recognition for your achievements, accomplishments, and originality and influence, like, you know, I can't prove my influence. I really can't. I wish I could show you the emails that I was getting from some of the people from Silicon Valley. They were trading my tape back and forth in Silicon Valley. I know this because the guy from Acclaim Probe Software, he had like an Italian last name. See, that's about the best I can do. And you probably think I'm grasping at straws, but that's just what I remember. He said that it was a remarkable program like nothing he had ever seen before, and he wanted to know if I would like to perhaps pursue sponsorship from Acclaim Probe Software, and if I could, like, you know, maybe provide some type of a resume. As weird as that is, asking like a preteen to give a resume, it's like my shit was that good, and it traveled around. You know, it wasn't too easy to get on the internet because you needed an ISDN line back then, or at the very least, you know, Integrated Services Digital Network. That's what that stands for. I think it's usually 64K, sometimes 128K. You know, I guess some people had frame relay. I guess if you were at a university or a research facility, you might have like a T1 or a T3. Do I look like I give a fuck? It's ancient history. I mean, I did what I did, and I'm proud of what I did. It's just really annoying to see all you little copycat bitches. You've stolen my style. You've totally ripped me off. It's like you talk about intellectual property and try to make me paranoid. Like as if I shouldn't pirate. Dude, I say I should be running my BitTorrent right now. I should be seeding the land like Johnny fucking Appleseed. More like Johnny BitTorrent seed, motherfucker. Cause I'm the most fucking original motherfucker you ever fucking met in your fucking life. And I'm never gonna get a penny. Cause I'm not like Metallica. I don't know how to be a little fucking whiny bitch like Papa Het or Lars Fuckface. And I'm not talking about MC Lars. Alright, I'm talking about Ulrich when I say fuckface. MC Lars is the shit, and you know this. How do you know this? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because like shit like nerdcore hip hop and punk rock music is like the last form of real music left, because you can actually play it and probably not get too many copyright strikes. You know, the funny thing is, if I do play some punk rock on a stream and it gets blocked, if my stream gets blocked because like one of these bands happens to be like doing well, that actually makes me feel good. You know, like I can almost live because I've got the restream going on, you know, and I've got my options. You know, I can understand why the mega platforms like the YouTube and the Twitch, basically the Amazon and the Google, yeah, I can understand why they can't afford to be paying out royalties for every fucking streamer, because they've got only about a million, jillion, kajillion, billion streamers. And if they all wanted to play copyrighted music, they'd go bankrupt in a day, right? Whereas, hey man, you know, there's such a thing as fair use. And you know, like if you're running a freaking social network where maybe your videos aren't totally logged and indexed like an encyclopedia, you know, like a database, well, they're all databases, JJ. They all require like SQL language, whether it's Microsoft SQL, whether it's MySQL, whether it's SQLite, whether it's PostgreSQL. They all kind of require the database. Yeah, that's not what I meant. No, I mean like they're all basically like, yeah, I guess the more random social networks where it's like, hey, you pick it up when you pick it up, if you can pick it up. Like it's not quite so strictly enforced. The Nazi fascist copyright rules. You know, I've been an ASCAP member for fucking like 30. Okay, let me be accurate. It was in the 20-aughts when I got my membership card. Do I have it? Oh, my shoulder. Ow. God damn it. I thought I was drunk enough. I think I might have it. Yeah, I think I'm keeping it in a drawer because it's kind of falling apart. It's okay. You believe me, right? That Failure and Rejection Publishing Company? Yeah, my old man came up with the name. Because he knew a thing or two about trying to be functional. It basically takes a team. If you're gonna dominate the world and, like, you know, totally pwn it like an elite hacksaw, you're not gonna really probably do it by yourself. And if you manage to, I mean, even Bezos had his girlfriend helping out. What was her name, Mackenzie or whatever? You know, you're not gonna dominate the world by yourself. Even Zuckerberg had, like, what, his roommates, his college, like, dorm mates. You know, you're not gonna dominate the world by yourself, are you? Are you? I'm all by myself, and I can tell you from experience, it's not very likely. I've never dominated anything except my own reality. You know, I get upset a lot. It's true. Sometimes I even get upset with myself. I'll say, "Oh, you're such an idiot. How could you misplace that USB cable?" Like, do you remember earlier? Oh man, my fucking neck. You remember I totally needed one of these, like, USB cables? Because, like, I was gonna use the, I took it from the CD-ROM drive so we could use it on the, what do we need it for? It was very, very important. It was holding up the whole production. Shucks. I'm not certain. Oh well. I'll probably watch this later and I'll immediately go, it was for the blah blah blah, and then I'll go, oh yeah, ha 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 ha, and it'll be a good laugh riot. Because I enjoy the things I make. I don't have time to comment on your stuff because I'm too busy enjoying my killer content. Like, literally, my content is... The content I create is filled with content. It's pure content. It's literally... I try not to repeat myself. And more often than not, I'd say 85% of the time, there's no repeat content at all. You know? You know what I mean? I don't play the same song twice. Maybe. I mean, we did play Sick of My Life earlier today. But I am really sick of my life, so it kind of fits. It's true. It's like, it seems redundant, but in actuality, playing it twice, though redundant, it actually makes a statement. It's like, I'm doubly sick of my life. That's actually what that translates to. It's not me being lazy and playing the same thing for you twice, because I just didn't have anything else lined up. No, I did. I could have played anything else, but I deliberately needed, you know what, let's play it again. I still got it queued up. Evil Activities. If I can pay them royalties, I will. And Godsmack too. Somebody teach me. I'll pay Monty Python for any money I've ever made on the hardcore Python song. Somebody fucking mentor me. I don't know how to pay royalties for the right people. A lot of times, I know the people. Like, it's really ironic. Never wanted to be sick of my life! I actually know the people. Like, I could contact them if I could use my email and not get traumatized thinking I'm gonna get bad news, spam, and other terrible things. Ugh! Motherfucker! Yeah! I love this song. 3 times better. Give me a hand, kid. Come on. Give me a hand. You okay? Yeah, I know I'm the one that knocked you to the ground. Get back up. Wanna see my voice in the pit, hold your fist high up in the air for us. When this song kicks in, I expect nothing but out of control in this crowd right in front of me, you hear me? Not the best speed run, huh? Ah, damn. I know, it helps when I don't take like a half an hour to rant about how fucked up and unjust our lives are, right? Hey man, I still gave it a valiant effort, and I'm still gonna get the job done at the end of the day. Whether the camera's in focus or not. I'm just glad I found the tool kit. It was like right there. Like, on that, like behind my pink bandana basically. Yeah. It's all good, man. No, not John Goodman. Although he did play Babe Ruth. Didn't they call that guy the Great One? Yeah, I'd rather it be called the Original Streamer, but I suppose that's an okay nickname. The Great One? It's appropriate for the time period. Being the Original Streamer is way cooler, though. Especially when it's true. I mean, how do you actually prove whether or not you are the great one? Especially when it comes to athletics and sports, you know? I don't know if you guys understand. I was talking about Joe Montana, and I almost broke down crying because I thought maybe he might be dead because he's older than me. Like, when I was like a little fucking preteen, he was a full-grown man, like probably in his 30s, right? So he's probably like in his 70s. Like, he could be dead for all I know. I really don't pay attention to the news. And like, well anyways, I said that he was right up there with Charles Barkley. I could have also said Emmitt Smith, if you guys wanted another like football reference or what have you. Yeah, I know it's not as cool as a real tattoo. Wearing nylons on my arms with fake tat. Hey, it's cheaper than real tattoos. You ever buy a tattoo? They're not fucking cheap, kid. I'm not a fake. I'm not a phony. I think people can tell they're not real. Anyways, no, what I meant was they're Renaissance dudes. You know, like, they're not just athletes. They've done so much more than just be athletes. That's why you're probably thinking, Charles Barkley, he plays basketball. What does he have to do with Joe Montana? It's like, look, kid, you probably don't have the same outlook that I have. You probably don't look for peers the way I look for peers. Okay? I'm like a fucking modern day Leonardo da Vinci. I've made music, I've made multimedia. I'm a producer, I'm also just a regular crew member. On top of that, I've done an autobiography. Like, it's pretty good. I think the overall message is like fantastic. And I tell you a lot of juicy details. Don't I talk about the Dalai Lama in the original streamer book? I hope I do. If I left that out, fuck, I guess I gotta keep working on it, but I can't even remember, and I don't have any motivation to try, because, you know, when I translated it into like 100 and how many languages? I didn't even know there were that many languages. I don't know. I was just using the ones that Google had, or YouTube or whatever. You know, they're built-in auto language closed captioning kind of crap. You know? And, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say I'm a Renaissance dude. But yeah, man, I translated it because I consider it finished. I've had no critiquing, especially with regards... Actually, I've had nothing but compliments from really cool people, mostly on Twitch. You know? Like the people that hung out on the day that I did the world premiere, you know? There were like 3 people in the chat room with me. There was like She-Ra and like... Well, you know what? Why don't you ask her who else was in there, huh? Yeah, right? That's kind of what it's like to be like an originator. It's like when these punk rock bands were playing CBGBs and there was only a room full of people, and then you watch these documentaries where people are talking about like what it was like to be in that room when there was only like a room full of people. Like the day that they changed the world, like what it was like. And even though nobody realizes it yet, I have changed the world. When I began this path, the moment that Jason Scott sketched the cow, that motherfucker's uploaded over 500,000 things to the Internet Archive. Fuck, man. You know what? If I was a worthy person, I guess he'd be my mentor. If my body wasn't broken, and if I could be a good student, I'd be like, yo, Scott, how did you do that? How many CD-ROM drives do you got? Like, what the fuck is up with that shit? How did you do that? What was the time span? 500,000 items? Really? Were those donations, or was that from your own personal collection, bro? God damn, that's a lot of shit. I mean, a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, a lot of ones and zeros, a lot of copyrighted material. More like abandonware, basically. But you know, that's kind of how capitalism works. It's kind of sad to be a creator. I feel the sadness of the successful, because like that's why they constantly are pumping out shit at 1,000 miles an hour, is because you don't buy it if they don't. That's how that works. It's like Apple made a perfect product. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about the operating system. It was basically perfect. And like, I don't know what happened, man. It got kind of shitty. I really don't want to go past High Sierra. I mean, Mojave's okay. I mean, it's preferable to be on Catalina, because that's basically the most modern and most compatible one, right? I mean, if you're cool, you can take your High Sierra install and make it as compatible as a Catalina, you know, because it you know how to manipulate like your modules. Like in Linux, it would be like a KLD, you know, like a KO file, or an SO. Well, no, not. Well, look, if it was like Windows, it would be a DLL. Yeah, I guess basically. Look, if you can work your text, you know, it's like BSD. It's like FreeBSD, but it's not. It's fantastic. I mean, you motherfuckers don't even like. I'm so clued into this shit, man. I've been clued in for fucking 30 years, really. I've been on the cutting edge my whole life. These fucking books right here, this is $300 worth of books. Like these fucking Jonathan Levin books, I bought them the day they were released. Well, technically, I bought the second one. Or, no. This one, I think, came out last. The kernel one, the second one. Or wait, I had to buy the user one first. You know what, I think maybe it was sequential. Like, this is the exploits and hacks that'll totally, like, compromise an OS X system, right? And, like, this one is the kernel stuff that'll tell you all about the launcher and the Kext modules. Like, I'm really trying to figure out if I can take a shitty-ass fucking computer like this with an AMD Radeon X3000 video card and force it to work in Mojave and maybe even Catalina, you know, because I guess it can't be done. I mean, just look at the forums where they talk about DOS Dude 1. It's just like everybody says, don't even do it, dude. It's totally unsupported, right? And it's like, but wait a minute, what is the point in the system integrity protection? Can't you disable SIP and basically get away with murder at that point? Can't you load any Kext? I mean, we got an entire Hackintosh community of people that are basically doing whatever the fuck they want with whatever the fuck they can. So, like, hey, what is stopping us from, you know, I know, I could probably take this thing apart. Not this one. I could probably do that one, because that's the 2.7 gigahertz. This is the 2.5 gigahertz. I could probably take this, right, and I could, like, you know, do the breakdown if I had the time, the patience, and the good shoulder, and maybe if I, like, trim my nails and all my cuticles, because, you know, your nails will get caught, and you break things. Not only that, your cuticles will get caught and then you'll bleed, because all these little solder things are sticking out and they'll cut you. And so what? Well, I could probably replace the CPU with like that one I was talking about earlier, the i7. I think it has a better Intel, I think it's like a 4000, you know, like an Intel graphics processor 4000 as opposed to like a 2000 or 25. You know, the Iris, I think it's an Iris. I think that's what they call it. I know. I'm not like, dude. I try to stick with Intel most of the time because whenever I've bought Athlons, I've been totally bent over a barrel. Those things were shit. They didn't. They were useless to me. I probably didn't have a good enough like cooling system, but seriously, it was off-the-shelf products, and I was using off-the-shelf heat sinks with off-the-shelf fans. This was first generation Athlon. They left a bad imprint. It was a bad first impression. My AMD. I was like, I had an Intel Pentium. Like that laptop on Video Games and More was a Pentium. And it was basically trouble-free. It was made by a little company called Austin Computers. I bought it because it was cheaper than anything else. It was like a Pentium 100. Is very... Hey, that was fast, dude. 486s were practically the norm. Okay? Like the fucking Pentium... That was way better than a 486 for the most part. Like, as far as I knew, I didn't know jack shit. And as far as I know, it was. It was. I mean, we could look up the system specs and compare, like, the bus speeds of the RAM and the cache and the whole fucking 9 yards. It's a little late. It would have helped to do that back then. You know. It's okay, though. Because, like, it all worked out, didn't it? I'm where I am right now. And I'm lead as fuck. And I knew to buy these the moment they came out. And I know more about Macs than you probably. I'll bet you're crawling the new macosbook.com website hoping for, like, something worthwhile. Meanwhile, I got the actual books because... when I spend my money on things, I make sure it's on things that matter. Like these books, like the Crass photo book that I'm waiting on, like the record, the Futurism record from Enzyme Records that came in the mail. I can't waste my money, dude. Like, I literally have to wait for the most coolest shit ever to even justify either putting something on my credit card or perhaps utilizing PayPal credits that I might have because of my awesome work. You know? Because I am awesome. I am original. And I make good decisions. And if you wanted a president, I'd probably make the best decisions you've ever seen. Because though I'm not a politician, I am a systems analyst. And I am a social person. I'd probably have every nation in the world, all the leaders. I'd probably throw a rave, and you'd see fucking every fucking leader of every fucking nation at my rave, and we'd be bouncing to various DJs. Not just like ones from Netherlands, but also like, what, Dave Guetta? Oh my god! What was that? What's the rave in Brazil that he plays? What's it called? Fantasy? What the fuck is it called? Like these kids are insane for him. Like, if you go in the, like, remember New Year's when the riots were happening in Los Angeles? And like, oh my god, dude. If you tried to even comment in the chat room when he was on that rooftop, it was scrolling by so fast. And most of it, all that the people were saying was Brazil. There were like thousands and thousands of different people, and all they typed in was Brazil. It's crazy, dude. They love them down there. Yeah, I'd throw a fucking Fantasyland or whatever the hell they call it. Man, I'd throw a rave, and every fucking leader of every fucking nation would come to it, and we'd all drop some E or something good. And it wouldn't have any arsenic, there wouldn't be any CIA assassin techniques or anything, man. If I was president, we'd fucking get some goddamn politics done. Yeah, they talk about hands reaching across the aisle. Oh man, we'd be hugging each other when the sun rose. This is the best party of my life, JJ. And Dennis Rodman would be all, yeah, right there, dude. I'd be like, Dennis, oh my god, San Antonio Spurs, I'm such a big fan. How long have you been here? And he'd be like, I've been here the whole time, JJ. I introduced myself to you earlier. I don't think you recognized me. You were pretty fucked up. Your pupils were the size of quarters. And they were like, it was like pools of ink. And I'd go, oh shit, that was you? I thought you were a bull because of your nose ring, your septum piercing. I guess I was really fucked up. That's cool, man. But is there a reason why you had horns when I was hallucinating that you were a bull and I was a bullfighter? I'm like Don Flamenco or something weird. I've never been to Spain, so. And Dennis Rodman's all like, well, this girl, she put some Mardi Gras beads around my neck, and then she put a Burger King crown around my head. So maybe those were. That must be it, dude. The Burger King crown. That's it. All right. Hey, are you coming to my next party, Rodman? Be like, I wouldn't miss it for the world. JJ Styles. Be like, please, please, Dennis, you can call me Zot. Be like, it's cool, JJ. It's cool. I'd be like, you're cool, man. And then I'd be like, hey, you ever talk to Mr. Robinson? You ever go to Mr. Robinson's neighborhood? What about Sean Elliott? You ever hang out with the old Spurs crew? Are you a cowboy? And then it's be like, I'll tell you the next time I go to your rave, President. And I'd be like, fuck yeah, that's an awesome fucking exchange of information. And that's not even a political leader. Granted, that's the kind of person that gets, like, shit done. The kind of person that actually, like, facilitates. That's a weird word, isn't it? A facilitator? It almost sounds like a potato, right? But it also sounds like what? Like you're silly. Like you're a jokester. I'm a silly tater. Ha 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 ha. Give me a break, kids. These politicians, these elected representatives that we have, they are not facilitators. They basically have agendas, and their agendas consist of what their constituents want it to consist of. Like, that's the exact definition of a representative, right? Is somebody that represents their constituents. The only problem with that is it's very difficult to be a facilitator of dialogue. It's hard to be a facilitator of, like, common ground. It's hard to be a facilitator of common sense. It's hard to get anything done when all you're working with are enemies and opposition. That's not what democracy is made of. Like, this doesn't look like democracy. Like, being polarized and totally being, like, you know, at war with each other, like as if it's a civil war between the fucking Democrats and the Republicans. That shit is so retarded. Like, I'm an independent, and I have been for a long time, and I haven't voted in a long time. I did sign a petition for an open election because independents don't get to vote normally, unless it's an open election, in which case then independents get to vote. You know what's nice about being an independent? There's no peer pressure. I think peer pressure can destroy young lives. It'll make them do drugs. It'll make them lose their virginity and act like trashy people. It'll make them basically stray from the path they were meant to be on. If that even matters to you. What matters to the young people? It's no wonder the young people don't care about the old people, because the old people usually don't care about the young people, do they? You ever notice that? That as soon as they turn 18, it's like, alright, I'm gonna go live my life now. Thanks. Bye. Yeah, man, I'm still here with my mom, because my old man's dead. And I miss him. He's a good guitar player. I think I might be better than him. But I've had a lot of hand surgeries, and though I have a lot of knowledge, it's difficult to ascertain such a thing. Luckily, it's not a fucking competition, is it? Oh man. Miss that guy. Anyways. Yeah, he was difficult. Probably more difficult than me. And I'm pretty difficult when I'm freaking out. Because I throw a tantrum every time I see injustice. It's like, but I don't express it because I'm like not like slow enough. That's why I like the Grandpa JJ skits or routines. My little shtick, Grandpa JJ. I figure maybe I've slowed things down, I've slowed things down to where a 6-year-old should be able to understand my problems with the world. And I've only done 2 Grandpa JJs, but I think I've conveyed a lot of content in those particular streams, if you know what I mean. I could be wrong though. You know, I feel like I don't know how to connect. You know? It's awkward because though I'm in my 40s, I feel like I'm hipper and I'm trendier and I'm cooler than teenagers. Because I listen to music. I know more about music than teenagers, that's for sure. I know more about technology and computers than teenagers. In fact, I've been laid more than most any teenager. Yeah! Ha 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 ha! Kid, why don't you try? Try to match me. You can't. You're not as good as me. I'm like the ultimate teenager, basically. You know, back in my day, in the 90s, guess who the best tech support person to go to was? It's probably going to be your prepubescent son. There's a lot of television commercials made by large corporations that embody this sentiment, this stereotype, and this kind of like phenomenon. Yeah, that's kind of the way it literally was. And I was one of those kids. The guru, the 12-year-old guru that told you how to like wipe the viruses and malware, the 12-year-old guru that can tell you how to defrag and maybe like scan disk, check disk, or perhaps like mem maker. Nah, that's some old school shit, man. That's just about the cusp of when the cutoff. You know what? There's been a lot of different computer technologies. There's been like 68K processors, PowerPC processors, which are still around, of course, in your phone, right? Basically, I mean, like the ARMs, you know, the freaking the i86 and the 64-bit version of the 32-bit version, the little endian, the big endian. You know, it's all basically the same thing, ones and zeros. And you're all a bunch of zeros because you don't support me. And I'm the best gift you've ever been given. Because I'm a peaceful person that just wants to please you. And I'm an originator. I invented your lifestyle. And you just do nothing to help me. I really need help. My gecko, my best friend. Oh, he's in my freezer. I could still bring him back. If the technology, I believe in nanotechnology. It's not here, but you know, I remember back when quantum computers weren't purchasable, and back when AI wasn't, you couldn't talk to like, it's all, hey, tell me, does GPT and Bing, do they pass the Turing test or not? Because I haven't looked that up. I haven't Googled that. Do they or don't they? If they pass the Turing test, then I guess they're AI, right? You know that guy's got my birthday. Just like Vint Cerf and Danzig. God damn, you people pissed me the fuck off. I'm never playing a video game ever again.